say the dead don't speak, but what if they do? Welcome to Confessions from the Ghost Box, where the veil is thin, the static is alive, and real voices from the other side break through. I'm your host, Jason Balbuena, and on this channel we explore true paranormal investigations, spirit box sessions, EVPs, and interviews with guests who've come face to face with the unexplained.
So dim the lights, turn up your volume, and don't touch that dial. This is Confessions from the Ghost Box.
Say the dead don't speak, but what if they do?
Welcome to Confessions from the Ghost Box. I want to start out by saying here recently I have been under the weather. So that is part of the reason why I have not been active with the podcast, and I apologize for that. But I'm back now. Sorry, my cat's over here getting in my nerves. Anyway, I want to come back and let you guys know that this podcast has been fun. And I know, like I said, I haven't released any new content in a while. And again, that is because of some health issues that I've had here recently. But we're back. We're back. And on tonight's episode, we're going to be heading back right here in my hometown of Pensacol, Florida. A place that has been shaped by centuries of war, colonial rule, and the restless Gulf. Now, Pensacol has often been called the City of Five Flags, having been controlled by Spain, France, Britain, the Confederacy, and the United States, with history dating all the way back to 1559. So it's no surprise that the city carries echoes. And among its most chilling locations stands a quiet, unassuming structure, the Grey House. A home that doesn't just hold history. It may still be inhabited by it. So the Grey House sits in downtown Pensacola near Seville Square, an area layered with colonial and maritime history. The home itself dates back to the 19th century, around the 1870s, surviving storms, economic shifts, and generations of residents. Like many Gulf Coast homes of that area, it was tied to maritime trade, a world of sailors, ships, captains, and long, uncertain voyages. And that's where the story actually begins. According to local lore, the house is connected to a figure named Thomas Maristo, described as a Spanish-era captain from the 18th century. Now, some accounts claimed that he lived in the area during Pensacola's Spanish colonial period, while others suggest that he died waiting for a lost love, someone whose ship never returned from the Gulf. And if the legends are true, he may have never left. Now, reports of paranormal activity inside the Grey House go back decades. Residents and visitors have described objects moving on their own, doors opening without explanation, sudden cold spots in otherwise warm rooms, and the unsettling feeling of being watched. Now, in some cases, witnesses claim to have seen a figure, an apparition standing in the windows, looking out towards the street. Many believe this to be its captain. There are also reports of poltergeist-like activity, stoves turning on and off, paint cans and tools being moved, and chairs shifting across the floor. But these aren't just isolated stories. The consistency of the accounts has made the Grey House a staple in local ghost tours and paranormal investigations. Now, over the years, people connected to the house have shared deeply personal experiences. Now, one longtime resident described the spirit as not hostile, more like a presence that interacts. They claimed hearing footsteps when no one was there, windows opening and closing on their own, and a rocking chair moving with no one in it. Even strangers, some describe the entity as playful, kind of like a trickster, rather than something malicious. One account tells of a camera that repeatedly failed to work inside the house, only to function again after the person spoke aloud. asking permission from the spirit, and then stopped working again when they tried to continue. So what's the actual happening inside the Gray House? There are a few theories often discussed in paranormal circles. Intelligent hauntings. Now, these are spirits that respond to people, interact with objects, and they seem aware, suggesting a conscious presence rather than residual energy. But what is residual energy? Well, given Pensacola's deep historical layers, war, shipwrecks, and colonial life, the house could be replaying stored emotional energy from the past. But then there's also the maritime attachment. If the legend of the sea captain is true, it's possible the haunting isn't tied to the house itself, but to the land, or even the coastline nearby. Pensacola's history is full of shipwrecks and lost sailors, and stories of spirits tied to the Gulf are common. Now, today, the Gray House is not generally open to the public, but it remains a key stop on Pensacola's ghost tours. Investigators have entered the house using EMF detectors, thermal cameras, and audio recording equipment. Many claim to capture unexplained readings and anomalies through, as always, nothing definitive. Still, the house has earned a reputation as one of the most haunted locations in the city. And it's a place like Pensacola that's saying something. So what do you believe? Is the Gray House truly haunted by a centuries-old sea captain, still waiting, still watching? Or are these stories simply echoes, shaped by history, imagination, and the human need to explain the unknown? One thing is for certain, though. If you ever find yourself walking past that quiet house on Alkeny Street and you feel someone is watching you from the window, you might want to keep walking. This has been a Confessions from the Ghost Box podcast on the Gray House. It was a short kind of podcast, but in the coming weeks, in the coming months, we will have more podcasts for you. Again, thank you guys for sticking with me. Like I said, I know it's been a while, and I apologize for that. I will be doing more podcasts here as time goes on. And I'm also looking for guests to come on the show as well. So if you have a paranormal experience or paranormal story and you want to be on the show, click on the link in the bio and contact us, and we'll get you on the show and talk some paranormal stuff for you. Thank you for tuning in. This has been Confessions from the Ghost Box. See you guys next episode.
If you felt that static shift, you weren't imagining it. Thank you for listening to Confessions from the Ghost Box. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and share so you never miss a new investigation, guest interview, or message from beyond the veil. Leave a comment below and tell us what you heard, because sometimes the spirits respond when you listen twice. I'm Jason Balbuena, and until next time, keep your signal open.